OnePlus showing a little confidence in themselves with the 100-day no regrets promotion. You could go ahead, pick up a OnePlus 11 through their website. You can't walk into T-Mobile and do this, okay? It's a website exclusive. You go on OnePlus.com, plunk down your $699. You have 100 days to try out a OnePlus 11 and see if it is something for you. There are some terms and conditions. As always, make sure you buy a case. Don't be an idiot, okay? If you're a cowboy with your phone and you're breaking it, they're not going to take it back. The other big catch is this. You have 15 days to go back on their site and register for this program. So you don't get to just buy it, use it for 100 days and say, hey, you know what, OnePlus, don't like it, sending it back. That's not good enough. You have to, within 15 days of purchase, make sure that you register for this promotion so that way you're eligible to send it back. Are there catches? Are there things? Is OnePlus hoping that you'll be too lazy to send it back or not care or forget or whatever? Sure, there's always going to be some of that built in, but I like the fact that they're saying, you know what? We've got a product now that we're proud of, that we're confident in, that we know that if you use it, you're going to like it. And if you're on the fence between something like a OnePlus 11 and a Pixel 7 Pro, or a OnePlus 11 and an S23 Ultra, especially the S23 Ultra, go ahead and try one. You have nothing to lose there. All upside. If you like the OnePlus, you find out that it's good enough for everything you do on a daily basis, you're going to save yourself $500 over an S23 Ultra. That's a big savings. That's a lot. And I think that if you use this, especially if you were someone who was a former S user, like an S9, an S8, something like that, I think if you use this, and you're not an S Pen person, you're going to find that this does more than enough of what you need on a daily basis to justify saving that. I love that OnePlus has the confidence to say, you know what? We know that's the case. We want other people to know that's the case. So pick one of these up and make sure that you get yourself a chance to at least be convinced that this is a device for you. And I think a lot of you are going to be convinced because I think, you know, whether it's OnePlus in terms of what they've done in the past or people aren't as comfortable with them on the consumer side for whatever reason, all that can be alleviated. You know, you kind of eliminate your doubts by getting this in hand and actually trying it. And the criticisms that I've heard of this device, I haven't had the YouTube thing. I don't know if they fixed that. I haven't had the YouTube where it stutters a little bit, or I've had pretty smooth performance on YouTube. I know some people say, well, it goes down to like 60 frames in the gallery or stuff like that. There's some parts of the UI that go down to 60 frames. It uses one display over another. I've heard E6, E4. Okay, enough with that. Unless you're a hardcore enthusiast that has a very specific set of things in mind that you need, or a very specific technology that you're looking for, millimeter wave or whatever it happens to be, okay, a certain type of screen that the S23 Ultra has over this, most people are going to be just fine using this here. And you didn't see this promotion with the OnePlus 9. You didn't see this promotion with the OnePlus 10. You know, or at least as much excitement around it. Because this year, they've got a package that's attractive. And they got the big boy pants on when it comes to updates. They're on par now with Samsung as far as the updates and the promised major updates of Android. Security updates, this is rolled out. You know, it's doing okay with the security updates. We're going to see them monthly or at least relatively frequently where it's not going to be an issue. And overall, I've enjoyed my time with my OnePlus 11. No complaints. It's done everything and then some, and the battery life is absolutely fantastic. No issues. It could go on good days. Listen, it's not going to do as well as the S23 Ultra, but by as well, I mean like a half hour off screen on time. But look at how silky smooth that Twitter scroll is. That's approaching the S23 Ultra. Pretty darn good. Pretty darn good in terms of performance. You're not going to be lacking in terms of performance. You can see that chunky boy there. We'll give a like. You're not going to be disappointed at all and find that you're missing a whole lot. So if you're not using the S Pen, if you're not somebody that, yeah, the camera okay? Yeah. The camera's a lot better than it used to be. And that's the one reason why I really think that this almost challenge that they're offering you, or opportunity, is good. Because you get a chance to use the camera. Because I can show you 9 million examples, and so can everybody else on YouTube, of what the photos look like. But until you physically sit there and take the kind of photos that you take daily or weekly, or whatever it happens to be, you're not going to be convinced. Because everybody's lighting condition is different. Everybody's habits with taking everything's different. So until you get it in hand, and get the opportunity to take those photos and see if they're good enough for you, and you post them on social media, you get that like on Instagram, and you're happy with it, then I'm going to think that's going to equal the $500 in savings over the additional versatility that you do get with the S23 Ultra cameras. I think you're going to like it. I'm really confident in that. Fingerprint sensor is lightning fast. Face unlock, lightning fast. It's got a classic look now, I guess, to it. A little bit of taper on the screen. Listen, we're going away from that. I would love a flatter display, but it is what it is. Little hole punch in the upper left-hand corner. No issues there. LTPO panel. It's going to go down to the 1 hertz. You're going to have all that, the battery savings and all the rest of it with that. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. I really just like it. I like all the premium features you get, all the RAM, all the performance, the Snapdragon, the battery life, the display, which is gorgeous and has the punchier saturation that bests even the S23 Ultra when Samsung were the kings of display saturation. I think it's worth it. I think it's absolutely worth it. Get yourself, especially if you're someone who buys the phones unlocked, you don't do carrier deals. This is a good one. Go on OnePlus.com, pick yourself up one of these for $600-$700 and be happy and try it. And register for that program though, to make sure you don't get stopped out or anything like that where you're going to get stuck with the thing if you don't like it. But if you're on, this is not for the people who just need One UI. This is not for the Samsung people who know they're Samsung people. This is not for the Pixel people who know they're Pixel people. If you're in between, if you're maybe coming from another Android device, if you're lost in the LG wilderness and you're looking to come out and try something new, this is something that you could use. It definitely has its advantages there, and you're going to get enough of the things that you like in a device at a price point that is a lot more palatable in 2023, with things being the way they are and all the expensive and stuff that's expensive and cost of living and all the rest of it. If you can get all of what you need and then some, plenty more than some with the power here, for $699, I think that's at least worth a try. And OnePlus is willing to bet that as well by giving you 100 days to try it. Overall, I love the vote of confidence that OnePlus is giving in their own devices. Nice to see, because they know they've got something here. And they do. They absolutely do. If people who have actually used this device and purchased it, who have gotten back to me in the comments, almost universally have loved it. Because there's a lot to love here. And especially at that price. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.